1 Thessalonians 4, This is the will of God, that you should abstain from sexual immorality. In the 4th chapter of 1 Thessalonians, Paul gives instructions on how to live a life that is pleasing to God. He covers topics that include sexual immorality, love for others, and the command to work. He also provides the important teaching on the return of Christ, offering comfort and hope to the Thessalonian believers who were concerned about those who had died before Christ's return. Exegesis by sections. Verses 1 to 2. Exhortation to please God. Paul begins this chapter by urging the Thessalonians to live in a way that pleases God, just as they have been taught. This plea is not a new command, but a reminder of Jesus' teachings, delivered through Paul. Verses 3 to 8. Instructions on sexual immorality. Paul then provides specific instructions about abstaining from sexual immorality and controlling one's own body in a way that is holy and honorable. He warns against wronging a brother or sister in this matter, pointing out that God is an avenger in such cases. Verses 9 to 12. Love for others and the command to work. Paul commends the Thessalonians for their love for each other, but encourages them to love even more. He advises them to live a quiet life, mind their own business, and work with their hands, so that they may win the respect of outsiders, and to not be dependent on anybody. Verses 13 to 18. The coming of the Lord. Paul addresses their concerns about believers who had died before Christ's return. He assures the Thessalonians that those who have died will not miss out on the return of Christ. Paul says that at the coming of Jesus, the dead in Christ will rise first. Then those who are alive at his coming will be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord. Overall summary. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 provides practical instructions on how to live a life pleasing to God, with emphasis on sexual purity, brotherly love, and the command to work. The chapter ends with a comforting and hopeful message about the return of Jesus, assuring believers that both the living and the dead will share in this glorious event. This teaching serves to encourage and reassure the Thessalonians about the destiny of all believers at the second coming of Christ.